Namaste dosto, it's the day before a music festival, a metal festival here in the jungles of India. Yeah, it's such a cool venue. And today I'm going to take you behind the scenes of what happens the day before a metal festival, and we're going to meet the people who are organizing this event, who are setting it up, and then we're going to meet one of the very few people who's played on the Wacken open air stage, and he's going to take us through Soundcheck. So you're going to get an insider's view into how a metal festival is set up here in the jungle in India. A lot of people are turning up for work right now, and the festival grounds are behind me. They're not ready yet, but this is the Hessian Aggression The Gathering music festival. And there's 9 bands playing, 8 of them from around India. You're going to see some epic Indian metal in the next vlog where I cover the festival. And then we have one international headliner. And this ain't a rock festival, guys. This is an extreme metal festival. We've got death metal, we've got technical, brutal death metal, we've got very heavy thrash metal as well. And where are we? This is the beautiful state of Meghalaya here in the mountains of northeast India. Oh man, it's just a totally different vibe here in Meghalaya. Totally different vibe to the rest of the country. Like, I got to the airport and one of my subscribers happened to be on the flight, a local dude, and he just picked me up and took me out for lunch and then dropped me at my hotel. Such a lovely way to enter Meghalaya. But yeah, there is a big metal scene here, and I was wondering, like, why is there such a big metal scene here? Because we are it's kind of out of the way in the mountains here. But so this is one of the Christian majority states here in India. So people are very into English, they're very into Western culture, Western fashion and Western music. And it's one of the few places in India where I've seen people walking around in town with band t-shirts on. So I think because of that influence, yeah, we've got a very heavy metal festival happening here in Shillong. We'll go around and chat to everybody soon, but let me show you. I didn't realize this, but there's a stream on the side of the venue. So this is, you know, pure Meghalaya. And let me show you the venue. It's certainly one of a kind. And yeah, the bands are arriving today, one day before the festival, and we're staying here at the resort on site in cabins, and there's like a big villa that a few of the bands are staying in. But my first thought was, this music festival is happening during India's monsoon season. So it's raining a lot, it's just stopped raining. And yeah, it's extremely humid. And obviously, rain gives you a lot of issues, not only for the venue, which is kind of soaked right now, but logistical too. Godless, their flight couldn't land last night, so they had to go to Kolkata, and then after they refueled in Kolkata, they came back to try and land again. So yeah, the rain introduces so many issues, but I mean, it's so green because of the rain, and it's looking incredible because of the rain. And because this is the first year of the festival, maybe it's something they'll think about for the next festival. Every festival, you improve on the last. So maybe they'll move to a different season next time. But yeah, it adds a lot of drama to today and getting this massive ground ready for tomorrow. So yeah, enough of me yapping. Let's go and find the people who are putting on the show and ask them just how they do it, and find out how they're gonna make it happen by tomorrow. All right, guys, say hello to Ron. Ron, you're the venue owner and you're also the promoter helping put on the gig, right?
Yep.
There's a couple of promoters involved in this particular gig, right? 3 of you?
Yeah, 3 of us, friends.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I'll go find the other promoters soon and I'll ask them a few questions about promoting, but I wanted to chat to you about the venue.
Yeah.
Can you like walk us down and just show us what your plan is for tomorrow?
Sure, come on.
Thank you, bro. And you used to be in bands, right?
I used to be in a couple of bands.
So you've already got experience in the music industry, and
a little bit here and there.
Yeah, you have to have some experience if you're going to put on such a epic metal festival like this, right?
Yeah. So anyway, so here's your entrance. We're going to come in from here.
Sign's going to go up there. The sign over here.
This is our gangway for the bands as
Cool.
they're performing, entering and exiting.
Yeah.
Our open venue is over here.
It's huge, man. It's amazing.
Thank you, man.
ginormous.
So yeah, over here we have our stalls. We have our merch store.
Yep.
We have the food stalls. And over on your right, you'll see this is where the bar will be.
Oh, cool. In the kids' playground.
Yeah, in the kids' playground.
So we've got the bar here. Awesome. It's such a beautiful venue, man, honestly.
Thank you so much, man. I
I've
really
never
appreciate
seen
that.
a metal festival like this, okay?
Well,
They're usually in paddocks, right?
We're trying to make it one of a kind, so let's hope so.
Yeah. And then we've got the stage down the end
The
there.
stage over there. We're still setting up some sound. And hopefully the lights will also come up in a bit. So let's see, man.
Cool, bro. Exciting. What do you think about the rain?
It's
That's the biggest challenge, is it?
it's not ideal, but let's just hope we get a little sunshine tomorrow.
Actually, the weather forecast is good for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but let's hope so.
It
Over
will be
here, it's
good.
very, very unexpected, so I don't know how that'll work out.
It's okay. It will make do because the lineup's great.
Yeah.
And what have the challenges been so far, man? Like, how long ago did you start working on this?
So I think Nangsan and I got together in around August last year, and we started discussing ideas, just bouncing off each other. And by February this year, we kind of like realized that we can really do it. So we put our heads together and decided to come up with the idea, branding, this, that. And of course, with the venue, we already had it. So we just had to make sure that everything works out.
That's the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
Securing a venue.
Yeah, the venue is one thing, but the bands were absolutely not problematic. They all came forward. They were like, "Yeah, man, we'll do it. We'll, really help us with the promotion as well." So I have to give it up to the bands and of course my fellow organizers as well. These guys have worked tirelessly, and if it's not it has to be a joint effort because not a single guy can't do this.
Hell no. There's so many people working on all of this. It's epic.
Thank you, man.
And I guess your stress levels are really high.
I mean, it's up there. I mean, I've already lost hair. I've lost more hair.
You have to be slightly crazy to put on a festival. To be honest, it's a very hard job, and I'm going to talk about that next, how difficult it is.
Yeah, so it's not really something that is easy, but you learn through the experience as it goes, and let's see how it goes, man.
And you've reached this point, so
yeah,
it's epic, man.
no turning back.
Nah, man. That's the thing. Like, you put so much work into it, and you can't go back. It's awesome, man. All right, I'm here with Nangsang now, and
Yes.
you're performing tonight as well.
Yeah.
I can't wait, man. I listened to you guys just last week on Google Music. Yeah, bro. I'm looking forward to it. And you're one of the promoters of the show as well, right?
Yes.
So what does a promoter do?
I mean, what I did was book the bands, arrange many things, sound, lights, I mean the logistics, and then I put the information to the team, and then they like divided all the work,
Yeah, so the promoter, you're kind of managing
And
the
marketing.
entire show,
Yeah,
basically.
promoting the gig online, marketing.
It's so much work, man.
Yeah, I know, man. But at least I have all these guys who I put a few works to each of them, and at least it's a less a burden to me,
Yeah, it's a team effort, and it has to be because,
Exactly, yes.
Oh my God, like sorting out the venue, negotiating with the bands.
Yeah, and all the vendors and
Yeah, the vendors, the marketing. This all comes from the promoter's pocket as well. And they're the ones who will reap the rewards if the event is successful through the ticket sales as well. So yeah, that's what a promoter does. Let me tell you one of the hardest things about being a promoter, because I know enough promoters now, and yeah, it's always comes down to the financials. It's so hard to make money from events like this. The biggest reason is because people don't like to buy concert tickets in advance here in India, and consumers have their reasons for that. Okay, there have been so many concerts that have been cancelled over the years. So people are just like, nah, I'll just buy it on the day or the day before so I know the concert's gonna happen. So Metallica got cancelled because there was safety issues at the venue. They just cancelled.
American heavy metal band Metallica's maiden concert in India turned out to be a disaster amidst inadequate preparations by organizers and unruly behavior by spectators.
They can't organize anything. It's really sad. And they're claiming to organize an F1 race. I don't know how they're going to organize it. But they could organize a stupid bloody concert. But seriously, कोई security नहीं था. जब हम अंदर घुसे तो हम भगदड़ मची हुई थी. लोगों की टिकट भी पूरे check नहीं हुए.
The most recent cancel, it was a DJ. I can't remember which DJ. And they had to cancel the show because the Honourable Prime Minister was in town that day. And they must have sent out a message saying no events while the Prime Minister's in town because they had to cancel their show. They mustn't have had enough time to reschedule or to change venues. Yeah, so you can understand why consumers don't buy tickets in advance here, why they won't stump their money up front. I don't blame them. But that's also a problem for promoters, okay? So they'll cancel the show if they don't have enough advance ticket sales to cover their costs or to get near covering their costs. They actually have to make a decision the week before or the day before if they're going to go ahead with it. And that decision depends on how many advance tickets they've sold and whether they think they can sell more tickets on the day to cover their costs at least. And promoters aren't always making money. You know, they operate on a business model where they win some and they lose some. They know some events they put on aren't gonna be profitable, but they bank on the fact that enough events that they put on will be profitable to cover the bad events. So yeah, it's a very, very dangerous and risky business. It's extremely stressful. I could not do it myself personally. Oh, and don't forget the permits. There's a ton of permits these promoters have to get as well. Oh, and the most annoying thing, taxes. Whew, tomorrow, how many people are gonna come? Will I at least break even? And I'm sure that's probably what's happening at this event tomorrow. We have to hope that we get enough walk-ins. So yeah, let's get back to the venue. And oh, looks like they're setting up the sound now. Let's go see that. All right, the speakers are going up now. They're on either side of the stage. This is the view from the stage. We've also got a generator here, very important because power is intermittent. Basically all across India, even in Delhi where I stay, we have power cuts, so you have to have backup power here to run the sound and the lights basically. So sound and light is going to be here. These guys are setting up the sound and light room right now. And we'll come and chat with the lighting guy and the sound engineer later once it's all set up and once they get to sound check. Because the sound room's not even up, I guess it's going to take a few hours, and sound check's going to be later in the afternoon because they're still setting up the speakers stacks as well. And you might have noticed they're using bamboo here. It's very light and very strong. Those are the benefits of bamboo. And it just grows. It's natural, right? It's sustainable. And it can just be reused. I won't lie, I'm a little bit worried there is still a lot to do. And it's midday, the day before the gig. But I trust Ron. I'm sure he can get it done. This is India. It can be managed. So we'll come back in a few hours once everything's ready for sound check, and we'll follow one of the bands through their sound check, and you can see just what happens during a sound check. Yeah, let's see if it can be all done. My faith isn't wrong, but let's see. It's been 2.5 hours since we last went down to the venue, so let's go down and see what progress has been made. You can hear them in the background, they're building away. In another 2 hours, Godless and Defeated Sanity arrive, two of the headliners, so we'll greet them. And I'm just going down to set up my audio gear to capture the audio for this gig. Whenever I make a video about a gig, I want really, really good live audio. And I know you could just capture it from the soundboard, but it's not that easy. The soundboard mixes for the speakers in the venue. Doesn't sound good when you tap into it. There'll be too much of something. There'll be too much vocal, there'll be too much kick drum, too much. There'll be too much of something and it won't sound good. So I record straight off the speaker stacks with a microphone in front of them. That always sounds the best. If I wanted to hassle the sound engineer, I could, and he could do a separate mix, but I never want to do that because their priority is the punters at the gig. Okay, we're here. They're still putting the roof on the merch and food tents. The soundboard area is still coming up. Both speaker stacks are now up and they're just doing some more work on the stage. See, the stage, it itself needs what's called fold back, so the bands can hear themselves and the other band members on stage. So yeah, speakers and lights are going up right now. And so inside these are the fold back speakers. And you can see the cabling, they've started doing the cabling. We've got amplifiers for the speakers there, and the speakers have all been cabled up. Now all this cabling is going to go out on the ground all the way to the sound desk, and everything will be controlled from there. Yeah, this is what the stage is looking like so far. They're building a drum riser right now. Have you ever seen a backstage area like this before? Look at this, straight into the jungle. Beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, there is really no backstage area for the bands. They'll be mostly in their hotel room here until the event starts. Then they'll walk down to the stage. And that's what they're building along here, a walkway for the bands to enter the stage from. It's often like this. Yeah, really nothing. There's kind of no backstage, you know what I mean? And these signs are still to go up. Toilets, box office to buy tickets. Yeah. They'll go up to direct people. And I forgot to say earlier, this event is taking place without any sponsors. Sponsors won't come in the inaugural year, right? They want to see some success first before they come. So yeah, no sponsors and no grants, no government assistance, anything like that. First year is certainly not easier, but it does get easier from here. For the experience you'll get this year, next year's event will be even better, and maybe even attract some sponsors from this video that I'm making tomorrow at the event. And guys, you know me, I don't take no money for this. I do this for the love of metal, man. Paid my way here. I'm paying for my accommodation, and I pay for my ticket. That's how I roll. I don't take no freebies because I want to support metal in India. I want to see this stuff growing. And this is the little way that I can help do that. The lights are just going up now, and they're testing the sound system at the moment. And we've got a drum kit here. We've got a secondary generator arriving now, and it's all coming together. Slowly it's coming together, so I'm not sure if there'll be a sound check tonight. I'm not sure. Maybe. Or our sound check for everybody will be tomorrow morning before the gates open, which is fine too. So let's meet back before sound check and watch that. All right, it's 7:35 and we've got light, as you can see. Now hopefully the bands are going to sound check tonight, and I'll get to take you behind the scenes there. All right guys, I'm here with Varun, and he's a sound engineer for Godless and for Defeated Sanity. Bro, your mixes are so freaking good. I've seen you mix Godless so many times, and it makes a huge difference that Godless travel with you. Like, you add so much to the band. The guitars cut through, the vocals cut through, you can hear everything. And if the sound is good at a gig, it's because of a guy like this. So how do you, what's your job, man?
I think it's my responsibility to make sure what people know Godless is. I think it's my responsibility to at least make them hear what they are. So I think that's my job.
And what equipment do you use to make that happen?
I use whatever I get. I'm not picky about it.
Really? So
As long as they work.
you can just rock up to any kind of soundboard and just go for it from there.
I mean, with metal, at least in India, you don't have much of a privilege. So whatever works. As long as they work, I'm happy.
Cool. And what's the point of the sound check, bro?
Just to get levels right, just to make sure everything's working. I mean, I do a sound check honestly just to make sure things are working, because I know what the guys already want and how they need to sound. So I just need to hear the PA for myself and see if everything's working. That's about it.
Yeah, and how are you going to go about mixing Defeated Sanity?
I'm excited, also slightly terrified, but let's see.
Their music is very technical sounding, right?
Yeah.
And how did you get into this?
Oh, I always wanted to do this. As a kid, I went to a couple of these classical shows with my parents, and I was not fascinated by the singer, but a guy with a big ass board, like wondering what he was doing, and I was just fascinated by it. And I never thought I'll pursue a career in this, but looks like I'm there.
Awesome, bro. All right, great to chat with you. Now let me explain exactly how this stage works, how the sound gets off the stage and into your ears, and I'll give you a little tour of the stage and what all is going on here. So you see these cables here? These cables here, this box here, all the instruments are connecting into boxes like this. Those microphones there, there's microphones all over the drums as well. Those all come into boxes like that. And those boxes come down here, and you can see the cables on the ground right here. These cables are then going to be put into this trench that's been dug, and they're going to go all the way to the sound desk there. So these cables are carrying all the music from the stage. That's what's happening. That's the signal flow. Instruments into the cables, and now the cables are coming into this soundboard here. And there's 24 inputs. We've got 24 inputs from this stage coming to this soundboard, and Varun and friends are going to be mixing all those inputs together. And then there's an output. So there's outputs, and the outputs again coming along this snake of cables, and the outputs are going, guess where? To the speaker stacks. They're going to these speakers here. So yeah, that's how it works, man. That's how the sound comes off the stage, gets mixed and goes into the speakers. And next to the sound guys, you've got a lighting guy who's going to control the lights remotely on the stage. And now on stage here, so you can see the microphone there. We've also got these. These speakers are fold back. So while the sound mixer is sending the output that we're all going to hear to these speaker stacks, someone else, a monitor engineer, is also sending a mix to these speakers. So for example, the guitarist here, he can hear the bass player, he can hear the singer, he can hear the drums. That's all going to be sent to this speaker for him. And he can stand here and perform, and yeah, just like that. And so music's being played through the sound system now by the live mixing engineer, and he's using whatever tracks he knows really well to tune the system and get it sounding good before the bands come and sound check. Yeah. So what's happening right now is called a line check. Every one of these cables going to the soundboard is a line, so they've got to check each works. And they just
do I need 48 for beta?
And they're just checking all the drum mics work right now. And that's the sound.
Okay, I'm getting it. Kick in, fine. Hi-hat.
That's the sound engineer's voice we can hear. He's speaking for a microphone from the soundboard.
Hi-hat ka dekho, man.
So there's quite a big difference from this morning until now, right? Like, you feel a lot more confident when you see the lights and you hear the sound and you see that the stalls have come up behind me. Yeah, now it's all looking good. This is what event organizers do. Yeah, they turn a paddock into, a venue for a metal festival. All right, good morning, guys. It's 8 a.m. and you're going to see Godless's soundcheck now, and you'll see exactly what happens at a soundcheck. Bro, why do you guys do soundcheck from a band's perspective?
Oh, just to make sure we're comfortable when we get to step on stage and everything sounds all right and we have our cues in place so we can hear everything we need to hear when we get on stage.
Sorry, I know it's 8 a.m. We both just woke up.
Yeah, super groggy, but yeah.
Can't believe we're doing Soundcheck at 8 a.m. So Abbas is a bit of a local legend in the Indian metal scene. He promotes gigs. You can follow him on Aggressive Tendencies on Instagram. He's bringing a ton of bands here to India this year, and he's the guy who got Defeated Sanity here to this gig actually. That was still his doing, so he's part of the promoter team here. How do you manage all this stuff, man? Like being in Godless, promoting gigs, renting gear. Because you're just off the back of 3 concerts: Delhi, Kathmandu, and Pokhara, and now you're here.
I kind of just like doing it for a few years now, so I think kind of just body's gotten used to it. So it's just routine now.
I can't do it. You guys grind hard, man. Yeah.
Oh, the stage looks a lot nicer than I saw it last.
Yeah, it's amazing what they can do with one day in India.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Hey Abbas, can you run us through your effects quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Because you've got so many for a bass player. It's interesting.
It's actually super simple. This is my wireless unit and a tuner.
Phantom's off from here.
Yeah.
So this is my newest pedal, which is a compressor. This tightens up the tone, just makes sure the notes I'm playing are more even. This is also I have 2 distortion pedals. So I use this one as my, in a traditional sense, I use this as a distortion pedal where all my drive is coming through.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of a noise gate here just to cut off any noise if there is.
Awesome.
Hardly kicks in though. And this is, I kind of use this like my amp. So this is where I have my amp and like a little bit of graphic EQ where I can shape the tone.
And that goes straight out to the soundboard.
Yeah, that goes out, straight out. And I have a cap sim here, so it emulates a actual amp and a cabinet as well.
Oh, that's cool. Thank you, bro.
Super simple.
Vishnu.
What's up?
Bro, can you run us through your setup?
Oh, sure.
What do you got going on here? Anything special?
Got a Pearl export kit, courtesy of the organizers. The only thing that I own on this kit are the pedals.
Okay,
the
cool.
Pro 1Bs. Super awesome pedals, been using them for 6 years now. And the sticks.
Whoa.
Yeah, Pro Mark forward 5Bs. But yeah, an assortment of cymbals. Darren was nice enough to give me this stack. Sounds pretty clean as long as I put it on the side.
Nice.
And don't do the...
And what's going on here?
Ooh, this is the trigger and mixer setup. Got the Roland TM2.
What do triggers do exactly? Can you explain?
So it takes the triggers take the signal that's coming from the kick drum, and they kind of like amplify it in the plateau, the sound, and just kind of convert it to MIDI.
Okay, is it adding a sample on top?
Yes, it is.
So you're adding like a kick drum sample, so it sounds a bit more crunchy and a bit more of that.
Yeah, because playing at like super high tempos can't really cut through with the natural sound of the kick.
Yeah.
So like if I'm playing high, it's just taking that signal and amplifying it.
Yeah,
so
got
it's like a guitar amp for your feet.
Yeah. Making it sound better.
Yeah.
And more audible for the crowd, actually, that's why.
Pretty much.
Cool. So right now we got Varun at the soundboard there. And they're sound checking, they're going through all their instruments and just making sure the signal's coming through. And soon they'll play part of a song, and that's so the mixer can balance it, you know? Slayer.
The tone feels off, no?
Slightly.
I'll fix it. I'll fix the...
Weird attack of the strings coming more.
Yeah, that body is not there because the action feels off. I'll set up the action after sound check.
Okay.
was. What are slightly more vocals in them?
So guys, the festival has turned out quite amazing. Oh my God, the sun has come out. The sun is out and the ground is now dry. I was so worried when I got here because it's just the monsoon rain was here, but just dried out quickly. And if you want to see how the festival played out, that vlog is already online. You can go and watch that next.